98.3 FM morning agenda, and so near Benjamin Asare, the incoming constituency organizer, Trouble constituency on the ticket of the MPP, Ababekansa Sa, and so and Roger T.D. Wills, a unity national deputy communications officer for the NDC, and also Ababekansa. And Benivo, morning. I just say I want to go home.
Yameado. Bia eboko pa.
Trouble for you now here.
Bia we Charlie. Feni afel. Ye te won ka won fra mamu sa na yakoma toye because you are few na oman no adamu akoma so a mo kane oman ma no pese omote ene ne omo pese omu hunu mo nye stomach journalist for na always be ano omoma enkrofo bi bo omutirinko woni omo peso omote ho ndine se Ghana ebie ni radio ebie ni TV na omote da chenka se da che won framamu a omo anije because omo nim se Ghana nkoso ene ma Ghana ma epeso omote no eno na oka ho asem ntino da bia no ye kai o mpai bom se nyame be ye wadom no abo ho bai because nye ni honam ni moja na enya eni wiemu atumfo ne omo ka ho omo mpe oman yiye ada bia omo twen ye de ye ba ye chi ne eni omo na enya nti trouble for the omo chia osronko memfa kwanya yiso na menchia osronko nchia ye Roger emze mi hu no acha kakra omo ana me ne pe no ne asesem obunse no nam na menam bi enso ye den a omu a ne asa akohie mu ba ko ti no menchia no pe ye na menchia me MP honorable Glory Owusu dache last week ye constituency honom no ejato eyemus ama baby o moton nua no hoshe pa ma manfo ahwere ejapade bebere ya mencha de MP ekokosra omo ye enra ekoko she omu nkran ahwese enema bi wo honom a esese ode tutu yie because ohwe musu okra na se eja eto honom a fire service kra access kra omu de bewura ho kra no problem nti MP no a show mo se animu ya obaba bedi ho dwuma no ahwese musu ho no omu dwuma de omu di no bibia be kama ede ama omu nti no Honorable Glory Owusu MP for Trouble constituency ebona baso ne nyuma pa odi de boa Trouble man ade a otoa Honorable Moses Anim ene ma obeye de boa Trouble no no so to aso kama na ma chia me boss Honorable Simon Sechin former municipal chief executive for Ganof municipality Honorable maybe I will be a me chia nyame nka ho pa that's it.
Roger
that's it. And I paid the boko mifa kwenye switch His Excellency the President John Dramani Mahama. Na mechi tiafoni na ne omampeni abediche Professor Jenana Oboku Ajiman, the first female rising to this highest political status in Ghana's political history. Na michi sa na mechi ye party grassroots na omabo ejuma omaya de nti grassroots bia o TM bia no mechi ano. Na nti asronko enko mamia mi constituency assignment for life. Na mintia secretary ni Nado ena Allen ena obibia odi obodwuma den de boa party no ewo assignment na dachi mesa chia menye otimisa bekum genkum suwi na mechia me am papa me party chairman Honorable Johnson Asiedu Nketia, the nightmare of the MPP and their future aspiration. What I say, say omuni better than to say obi ya or strategic tactician to say papa Johnson Asiedu Nketia maybe o obi ya no da wote mendia michiao na na mechecho bibia
rap we
Mahama orders probe into big push contract demand full Fort Estate report. This issue of so sourcing. And Komona Kwama, the president has taken an interest in this incommodation. Is it not quite time? Sir, the minister will admit, sir, as a sole source, no Charlie, I call too much. Roger.
As a matter of fact, Dachi, Makamo platform we say sole sourcing any illegal, and any crime, any criminal activity, but the abuse of it. Now we share contracts now, my word now. I think say even the game and Fourth Estate airplane, no, omo need specific angle on person modify. Because first
games.
A game no more play. I see it as a game in the sense that baby are not modify first as so sourcing. Later, later no, changing narrative no. No, the contract sum pricing no. Talking about inflated prices near there. But as a matter of fact, as a mechanic, you can't so sourcing and I be a so sourcing and by a man who quite in your mind yet to me a so source so Eddie as a matter of fact, if you contrast some moment most of them was as a result of urgency. What you say? Now a crime be on more a economic road. A crime be on more and as a project be on more. It has to be done to enhance economic activities across the various communities and regions. Into no say in terms so ye di ama and I say in terms so no ye say obi enya. And then one thing. Another thing is say resources ye di edi koye ejuma no. Say ngofo eni enough resource. Na enim say individuals be or resources so metumi aye ejuma because what ye ya time I announce a big push ni ye kire say there's not going to be mobilization. Before later go edge contract we here ebinumu start here and government no e can say okay we've gotten some funds into here be supporting those are almost me erezi omusika enfanye project. You get it? Into no resources one aspect a driving so sourcing no. As a matter of fact, is it the quality of work that will be delivered or the capability of the person or the capacity of the person to deliver that we are looking for, or we are just talking about soul sourcing because MPP has become scavengers looking for something to talk about or a scandal to hit the government? Is that it? If that is not it, then we should be looking at the quality and the value for money of which make us a bibia edanakwemu. Now let me touch on the issues of Omokase inflated prices and under the NPP 1 kilometer of road now costing $1 million no. Convert it. Now it was about $70 million as at the time. So if they are saying say currently Sisiano and I'm 12 million or whatever now Mokana and no crampono on that basis, you can see the disparity. A wide in the voice of Baumia, the gap. A wide. You know, they cannot come and make those analysis and present a case or a narrative to say government is stealing. However, my young Kebibia echo into the technicalities of the roads. Road be on one, obi air constructing a single lane. 1 kilometer. That's obi air constructing 4 and now multiple lanes 1 kilometer. Do you expect the pricing to be the same? No, because the volume of work vary from that which is a single lane. Aside that, obia or constructing road on a normal land, flat land, the value of the construction is not going to be same as obia or constructing road on a mountain where he has to cut through a mountain. You attest to the fact. There are technicalities that get involved, and let's not forget, say before pricing of the road is done, there is a technical team that is not government controlled. Regulating the pricing mechanism. So you are aware. You get me? It's say MPP forum. If they have nothing to talk about to support the good dealings of this government, the wonderful work that the road minister is doing, then they should keep quiet and learn. Because sometimes in the midst of talking, you distract yourself and you lose vital informations that would transform your lives.
But for the president to say
no, the president is a listening father.
Let's dig into this.
Yeah.
If the president feels that it is just a hot air and anchor for a blower, do you think the president would have say, let's dig into it?
That's
and get a full report?
You know, His Excellency the President John Dramani Mahama. He is a father, and as a leader, no, say uti and sem ewan from memoir. Ushiship. What you say? Intino, this is not the first time His Excellency Obi raise allegations. Waka say let's constitute an inquiry into it, and I say for a report, bra. For Nyamani bra na yen. Are you getting me? He wants to make sure say amambo will be bia eda ye. The fact say what estate Eddie sa reportage and I say sa scandal way and I say sa report abano and say president will have to turn to a deaf ears. We are building a country, and knowledge is not in one person's head. Maybe there could be some lapses. Sa report no ebe unveil it, and maybe it can also inform next steps that would enhance the full exploitation or utilization of resources at the disposal of the government. And the president, as a father, say, okay, mama me report for a estate report now. I need a briefing. I need to go into it. Minister, also far with the bra, so that may comparison. President has not judged the minister, neither has he condemned Fourth Estate. What he is saying is say, let's look into the matter, and I say let's probe it to see where we falling short or to see where Fourth Estate is wrong. As a matter of fact, every reasonable and rational leader will do this. Until say Akufo-Addo, obebu bundia ashe na sum say yenti obia. President Mahama enye yenti obia, because this is democracy, the government by the people. Are you getting me?
There is
the government of the people, by the people and for the people.
There is also an issue raised about the capacity of these contractors, to the extent that some of them no say almost Senate payment near the other.
Now, it is sad. Construction, you know the nature of construction. As a construction company, you only need workers when you have a contract. So would you have to employ? So if during the execution of a contract, you need labor of 200 people, will you put 200 people on your on monthly salary when you don't have contract? Would you go into bankruptcy? So this is what happens. As a matter of fact, a lot of businesses, their key workers, the managers, or the number of people that are permanent staff of the company are on the SNIT. They are permanent staff. These staffs, when you are working with those people, whether rain or shine, they are with you. So you continually have to pay SNIT for them. You continually have to pay taxes for them. What I said, Dachi? And you know, almost this side you may in Nano. Now, when your contract for the next 10 years, go full slate, Ubekoswa etia. And to the businesses normally, omo permanent staff no money omo yedumano. Omo, eno omo register omo was in it. Eno omo sign den etua omo tax. What happens ne say onya contract we are. Na wama sublet ama companies ebia omo dealing with drains. What you say? And I say obebie mu na wafa enkofo me be eduma by day. And now technical workers ono mo be den ebe ka say okay, this is the kilometer here. Ahin na mo be charge. Then they pay those people off. What you say? It's no sa issues no. Whoa, inter me catch you say Fourth Estate no. Omo sua there. I expect say coming out with a research no, you have to do consultations. Because if there is someone that was advising them, government who say in Kofua omuye juma in the construction field, no, they are not all permanent staffs of the company.
But if the argument sits on eligibility, that looking at the staff of the company, so if you go and pick a company, for example, nasa ukwako bid for a contract, nasa your staff number ningina ye true, your staff number ningina ye one.
The staff number is not the staff number. The staff number,
yes,
any criteria for getting a contract. Capacity is not number of staffs.
It's part of it.
Wait, please. When we talk about capacity, we are talking about technical know-how. We are talking about equipment, machinery. Today, in today's world, how many people do you need to operate a machine? One person can operate about 7 different machines. You know that. You need one person behind a computer to control a whole unit. As a matter of fact, Dachi, I'm telling you on authority, stating categorically clear that Fourth Estate has done a shoddy job, a shoddy report. They did not consult and they don't know what they are talking about. You don't need 1,000 people to have capacity. What are you saying? Currently, this radio station, how many of you are here? Is it not machines? Is someone not in the control room controlling the machines? Gone are the days that you have someone carrying the camera, you have someone holding the microphone, you have someone making sure that today it's systems, machines. So capacity is not about number of people. It's about the resources at your disposal and the machinery and mechanism you have put in place. And let's not forget that capacity could be built over time and capacity could be employed at a time. And you know, MPP for lose the dynamics of the game. Lose focus. Lose bearing. They should sit down and learn. Common tenant class. Sa no me baby o politics mo nsa so ntenase ensua politics ni. Anyway, pese joining NDC akonya ho mo. So meko the various branches. Akwa chiro mudi. Yen NDC for yen sesem. Yen like obia betimi aba. Flag bearer ba omi akra ye be man akonya. Opeso obefa NDC party kada. Ye be man akonya man abefa.
Actually, amamu onya agro amamu onya concept. A serious business. Yemfa Ghana for to so mo yenkwa. Enche se wu ni minyansa sene Ghana for. Amamu onya concept. Na amamu onya se SNE Ghana no NDC afa ne se eye yomi enche. Omo de Ghana esi awowa. Ena omo ne amanfo chimpe. Amamu onyesa, amamu goes beyond that. A serious business. A serious thinking minded people. And you do a mind show say, show mind no so no mumu or mind. And yes, I was to party headquarters in a mucheti no mu. Ghana, it goes beyond mo party headquarters na. E wo Greater Accra na mo kotena wa na mucheti no. It goes beyond that. That's it. Me say, sawo hwehwe sasabon samu akwa akwache no na usi NDC ni bi ache no. Sawo hwehwe sasabon sam ache no. Na usia NDC ni bi ache no because the same or ne bonsam ye the same. Omu nyina ye pepepe. Enkrofo no mu tiri mu odin. Na hwasem aba say Fourth Estate or MPP ni. But or MPP ni. Nti obetena hanom now refer issue no to MPP. MPP yakwa ye ntwetwemu ndi aba. Private individual akwa ye ni hwehwemu. Adi aba ejeje based on opposition won samu awokan ya what hanom refer so sankrofo no to MPP. Is it not shame and sad? When and a Fourth Estate ebeye MPP for instead of you to deal with the matter, instead of you to deal with your mess, you are referring Fourth Estate to MPP. Say MPP for into what here ya can someone Fourth Estate the about MPP ni. It's in America choice amamu no enya concept. A serious minded people and you are amamu show omo so mubu. What to opposition dia some na can fa so sourcing. Why na wo amamu han mo ma ye hu say so sourcing illegal. Why na car say so sourcing wo kromu a illegal da. It is not legal in our constitution. Wo opposition then na wo can fa ho. And na wo ba no so then na wo ka say wo be ye. And no necessary Ghana for petty, and no necessary refer Ghana for one semo a wokan ya bra na wo opposition. And na the one who nyansa sabe am ye hu say so sourcing no enya bone. Na what hanom ka say agency project be na wo kromu anom a ye ma enya agency enya important a be ye. And now so sourcing na there all refer so sourcing say as a matter of agency project be on ma sanity so you don't have to go to tendering process
competitive tendering process eni kwa say ukom mo afa Ghana Japade contract chicha ne certain tomatoes ye ton wo market mo hu NDC ni an ho ofa na mo ama no contract so wonye NDC ni a oto eye car pickup de ba mo campaign team a na mo acha no contract worth of 100 million Ghana cedi what ya no mo ka say capacity enye about workers net workers me pacho wo mo aye mo growth contract no machines wo mo de yaduma dodo na mo nko high why na wo ko bid anaso wo ko contractor or the machines wo nyina begu ni paper so dey akọ say me what this kind of machines ni ade is it how we bid for contract because dodo na rent machines it would hanom say based on machines and tools that you have and the man we have capacity no e cost from me a contractor it's total lies I am draw the most important thing is say the procurement act a shape beyond say even how many workers do you have and when you're key it's not about set machines out there
but the argument has also been that look at this company almost any workers AF4 for example. The person has executed about 20 contracts in this in the past regime. And it is when you are referring to that person say ne workers in AF4. Is it to say 20 contracts no year under the former regime no, or the NIPA 4 pen a year and it is a big question people need to answer. So in this case finding the contract and executing the contract no say watch me here 20 contracts under the formal administration with the said 4 people now would fear Senate in a the question will now be say what to me with the 4 people and also want to
the board of contention here is so source me boy and about any no na kofa as we basis here and wokra na obisa na about
yes
number of people
it has come up
they me buy and no me problem. My problem was see ano e so asem a President John Dramani Mahama see improve and anya no ne kan wasem so nipa no what 4 workers and what 10 workers no ne contract na the man no the man so and no na 4 estate kan wasem say and ni minua na asem na kan sometimes I know mo fi say nyanse ho wiase nyina ndisi fo nanim me patch 4 estate omo antra nko road ministry and omo the information no mo
that is so
omo tra omo dem and one conja information on the better abontin ministry no na mo de ama wo mo and out of 107 contracts na mo ama no almost 83 so source does it even make sense and you nipa o ye wudini and it three more thing our car say so source and one ma competitive tendering contract and send me o mo kan o de odache ma me nka omo anu nsem kiro na bo nse say NDC fo wo mtiri mo den eni kwa se Ghana fo nyi omu gidie biem o say me call omo second paragraph o say other NDC figures including Samuel Kujeto Abrakwa Kinsel Atoforsen consistently raise concerns about non-competitive contracting in government deals and poor value for money o say reinforcing the party's broader stance against procurement practice that ties competitive tendering. Okay, no, bypass competitive tendering. Let's go to the second paragraph. I say, as a minority leader, Haruna Iddrisu and the NDC caucus in parliament frequently use debate and media engagement to argue that public procurement must patronize fairness and efficiency, warning that excessive reliance on sole source could undermine public trust and lead to financial lawsuits for the state. And this in Akasa opposition, no. In conclusion, NDC for in opposition when it comes to sole source. I say, in summary, whilst in opposition, NDC position is that sole source was being overused and abused. I know you're one.
Was overly used and abused.
And abused. Yeah. Was overly used and abused. Second, it undermined transparency and accountability. And this in Ekasano. Third, I say it did not guarantee value for money. Government should patronize competitive tendering. So source should not be abused. As someone NDC for can opposition when it comes to with regards to sourcing. Into my yet here to the extent say even Okujeto Abrakwa were one of the key leading members and part of manifesto committee. Ebeka say in their manifesto, Omudi Hashem said the procurement act when it comes to social is going to be amended. And it's going to be a thing of the past that Omube used to social in the AMA contract. He said it on Captain Smart show. I want any year a picture omo manifesto ne say Ghana for nyina say omo di ahyem so omo ba be amended yen kan bi nhyemu wa ba ba mu just a year 3 months now wo ba be ma contractor what me am contract dodo 107 and the move 83 am so source
but what catch will say under your watch mobile no sign certain contractor or mobile trade.
This is useless. This is useless. No, I will end it. Contract, I will never let you even end.
So do you want
that
them
is the useless statement I've ever heard from any NDC communicator.
Why so?
And NDC people.
Why so?
Why do you promise resetting agenda? Why did you promise reset agenda? The resetting agenda no.
And this say
and no maybe na yen NDC ye MP before ye wa ba mu aye no and ya dia mo be repeat same. It's going to be a thing of the past.
Yes, and no maybe this wa baby no aye bi na say yeah so to aso
ya dia bi o se enye asem aye kan o change narrative o say ya wa ba mu no so source ye dey abuse oman no sika se meboa nti o mo ba be ye resetting agenda o mo the reset agenda eba meaning say so source now almost see they abuse or mine or no ba or be making sure so be competitive tendering.
Yes.
Ama Jumadia yedu or memu anako no totin send your man be nya ho mfaso and yes I know mka enti so ababam na ne na ye no a wo ka say enye no wo baba be ye no wesa do we have to take you serious?
But the issue is that calm down. The question person may be saying so for example a kwan aye hypocrisy kwan it was signed under the MPP and a year. And it say abayimba for example na say sa kwan no kra wo di ma so source. Na say contractor ne go so year. Do you say that because ye dey ama wo so source nti ye betwa contract nim na afi ye no competitive tendering na afi ye invite other contractors to come on board or commonsensically you keep it under the sole source and allow the contractor to finish.
You see yeah, na why am I from my hardring? That's it. On my woman, we have to be honest and truthful to Ghanaians. You should always stand by your words, your promise. I Ghana for nya umujidie de to about the man. Always. Let's see you as an honest person. And you don't have to take your words back. Me problem wa me was say and say, what did you say about so source when you are in opposition? When the catcher say project ni bi on my NDC MPP ya na as a agent emergency project. No when the catcher say no na project ni bi wo ye hia na animu ya e so important nti ye the competitive tendering e be ma ya che. And one name say we have competitive tender take it bear 3, 4, 5 months and sound what me one name President Mahama ni NDC for no more opposition no munim na wo munim ni nyina to the state so mo kan ni nyina bomu ama Ghana fo nyina say we have and Nana Danko Akufo Addo aban abuse state no based on source and so mo de on ba mo nya bi whether say a common sensical say we beka say contract na e koso enti won cancel na eno no mfa me amete ya me ho ke ye ko ye and na wama contract 107 and na ye hu say even in that contract no e be about 10 9 e so source eno no Ghana for betimi aka bi aba ho now how on earth can you obetimi ama contract of 107 na 83 years so source onye ni paboni ni nya ni o man no na mu pese mu wia o man na ka betimi aye sa de we ya ye and we are here glorifying this say yes say so source no enye illegal na why na catch say so source illegal o mamu a why na kai obia nim say so source no na illegal a wo betimi ya use wo mamu a ba mu ma ni hu say sa so source no devil
eni kwase ye soso so wo mamu ha and President Mahama was say onipa baako a menyini ni e wo mama nyosem a me ye ba bia nyame de me be kwa akoduru eye yewura John Dramani Mahama menyini ni because okase hwesoro hwe okase hwefam hwesoro gymnastically what the ababa betum say you or person just say was he not aware of everything going on? He is aware of everything. Before Obama contract a crown, that's all but Jubilee have never justify.
Hey.
Yes, before any minister Obama contract biano, those ministers has to come to a Jubilee house and justify contract now. Now you're interested in Nippon crowd, the man on the crown. Sabe you affiliated to NDC and
and what you know?
Sana man for kika okrum. Sana man for kika okrum. Market woman, oko me marketer. Omo ka ho nsam wo sa. Enti ya to omo mu anu ma president Mahama betimi aka kire say ne yakoso no oni mo hwintie probu. Probu de say ne national anthem. Ye nti ya no omo ka say omo anka say omo organizer. Ene omo first vice chairman Abanga ene omo ye galamse. Omo ana be ka kire ene omo anka sasate committee so omo hwehwe omo asemu. Ene omo sa be ka kire so omo hwehwe omo ahwehwe. Eye ntro sa. Eye line no sa no omo asese no. Omo asese omo administration ne say omo de ntro ne bedu omo anim no omo start twa ntroko. Enti we for first state ono wanya MPP ni. Ana ne mo ka opposition no ene wo compare ne mo ka he ene mo ba ba mu ne mo ye. Enne Sami Jamfiti me be ka kire ye say project bi wo ho no mo antena se entwe ma competitive tendering enkoso procurement enkoso ansa no ma contract because baby a ye pe bia ye mfa ne nko ana ye cheche contract ma ye ho na nye o man mu aminim say deputy chief of staff o yes ka class no roja otem ye deputy chief of staff o onu kura yes ka se communicator we ye otem ye enti ka contract a ye de be ma roja ne ye de akoma deputy minister deputy chief of staff so we major contract and yet because of amount for cats or moving into a mind that will young for money serious. Now you can't say we should stand by everything that we said once in opposition in government. Niyan can say or move take politicians serious. Now you just said gymnastics status no.
Abusia Ugusu 88.3 FM morning agenda sunie. The discussion segment and Ogusua Otieri Envasidano Emma Aujoda Ejumekono Omona Soya Sandane da and Yedi Ejumedi Breno Sanso and Novels drinks. Drink papa no so abedwaman so nupa to enum. Anono so de enkane nom tade bibre ma enu anse se no ase oma hoto nti baba be hwe chide na afi watumi abobo na bibia akwa kama sanyuma koi na ada ne da no omu esoya sene sanso na yes mommy diapers upe akoda ketu awawo no umfa diaper bia nkobo no manetu ntwentwum bia emma unya yes mom na se odi bo akoda na eboa emma wono soso atumi enante kama onze bi wo de bo akoda no obedwunso egumu na atena fanchen ya de we no enonum dwunso no nsuo no kama enti ehya akoda na rese obefri school aba no wayi ne kama entetem fanchen ebi wo ho bo musa akoda na ebo no tupofo na enseda emwa enti to yes mom na so fabo akoda no so entumi enya ahumuka sanyuma koi na wo muso ya sene ma yeri bro Roger
dachi mira ho ma menu abeme yo because ye wonyum na ye wodidi enye ntetemu yi na ni ma de bako a okan ya ma mira ho ma no oti ha efidie so kasa about capacity what to afa nwa time o raise that way no okan bi say your friend is saying the number of people workers hwe ye betena say na say di nkomo a e wo say hu say tiefo na ebinim nimde ebinim ye contractors nti no monim de omoka ye ka ena omunim de ekoso system ni mu now fast forward wakasa say contractor was somebody mako uti ha we are talking about capacity which now say contract ni ye de cheche mo amotan mo cheche contract say dia mo check invitation card. So omuton crapo dia think man to scrap dia you have to go to the market to buy but mo contract mo print contract say invitation card
Coco Road contract na mo de my so saucy as I me be kan wan sem wa kuku abute kuku tan be ye dede hi masa yamba wrestling ni eyi kutukubo wa how ye ba say ye be discussion ye ba say ye be discussion what you say as a matter of fact that hini me dey kan expatiate say roads no with capacity, timelines, resources at your disposal eka ho and omu issue such so sourcing or so source contract. However, most of these companies work under their regime. And why is the critic coming? MPP for diabolic lackadaisical attitude omu hwehwe bibi scavengers omu fiti nyama mu se wo benya scandal. But you know, sometimes you need to relax and reason, then you will be able to get a thought and properly articulate it. That is what the MPP has not learned or appreciated about reality of life. As a matter of fact, dia omokaka koyini nano enkosi aga onima di kwantia. This does not qualify to be used as a scandal. As a matter of fact, the minister are only the agenda of the big push, and I say making sure say Ghana roads are properly constructed. No, he is committed in delivering, not just delivering on the timelines, but delivering quality. Nti Aboja, we commend him. Ghana phone in a boss na say ufa kroma Ghana na a construction site. We are seeing the transformation, we are seeing the development, we are seeing in Dumana air cosono. Onokra air appreciate say nan say ni hono mo kwan bia omo ti abemu ko mo nye kra ano omo ye kwan no man say na o ka ho asem. Masa
there is no single contract, road contract na air cosono.
O kasa na mayekumu.
No contract me so. Ghana for 3 million ATA. Menkasa. And there is no one single project. I constituency. You was used to be for fun years.
Me say wo.
Me see a video.
Masa wo ekum na maka.
No, say me see a video.
Obekum na maka.
That is accusing me say me say.
Obekum na
video.
O de ekwa ofa Skofie road ni ho.
Me see ye road.
Me see.
Ekwa people na yes road ni.
Why? O say LPP. Ko Ghana so ngusu na ye. Bubo road na me meza question. Bubo road na me meza question. O ti won mo say.
Bubo road
masa obekum na maka.
Me see road ba ko pe.
That's
one train side because men can't say road be a cost of my constituency. On train side. What you say?
Confia how far he?
Maybe I'm a fan.
Confia. Me see. Confia. Me see. O call the constituency. Road o mo construct. No can ho asem. Hey, me do waste my own case o constituency no contractors no fi kwa so na ka so me. Hey. Chairman. Missy MPP ni bia kan kure. MPP ni bia kan kure. MPP ni obe kan kure de. Chese nyame aba. Yo be kan kure, en na esi adekem e wo fom. Na me kan we ekosi no, dachi. Abeya, omo nko hwehwe ade foforo because ato omo atase. Omo pe bibia kan, omo nyanka, omo no omo ye omo meka. Fourth estate in Quebec, no quite any analysis here because contracts of Mumai, some vary in sizes, the kilometer, some the area, the land, the nature, near the Ninano, engineering, we know, sana or my value the sum, my contract. No, it's they should go back and do proper analysis and a research work. Now, I'm over Embra.
I'm a bite.
For bite. For bite. Now, bite now. Then you start with the second topic.
No problem. I'm certain and firmly believe say NDC is going to lose 2020 elections because they've not been 2028 election because they've not been honest to Ghanaians. And no crowd no be more lose 2020 because Ghana for who say nsem na omo kan opposition ni nyina na ya tro. It's not about quality of roads and it's not because obi eni one mo a o mamu hanom yenye roads. Government is about thinking outside the box
na fa innovative ne nneɛma bi ebi ni hɔnom na fa bra ɛnyɛ sɛ government obi ayɛ roads government bɛn na bɛ wɔnyɛ roads government bɛn na ba yɛ wɔnsi hospital government bɛn na ba yɛ wɔnsi school adan but just think outside the box na fa nneɛma a ebi ni hɔ na fa bra ɛno ti ne etua wo ka ɛhwɛ ɔyere ne ɔma sɛ dwen kwakyire na fa nneɛma bi ebi ni hɔnom fa bra ɛno na yɛ ma yɛ hu sɛ wo no administration na yɛ exceptional na nyɛ normal obi yɛ road na wo criticize say road na yɛ no yɛ the sole source na yɛ na sole source no ɛyɛ abuse of public purse ɛna wo ba yɛ sole source no wo yɛ ne west yɛ kaka ho asɛm a afei na wo ba refer to us say sole source no ɛnyɛ illegal na yɛ legal since when ɛna NDC realize who say sole source ɛnyɛ legal ɛnyɛ illegal na mo illegal abra wo government na who say sole source na yɛ illegal by in opposition na sole source ɛyɛ legal ba ma ni look say ɛyɛ devil yɛ di wia wo man no and then look at the way you are abusing public purse Ghana sikasem hwɛ the way amudi ni nyafu etimi koto TV 850,000 now they akwa koto TV ba ko na TV no yɛ de ba bɛ yɛn dan chamo akɛse a ɛwɔ epumu ne yɛ ba bɛhwe wɔn ɛho baabi wɔn da no baabi wɔn didi adan na mo ma politicians kura yɛ look bad in the face of the people because of your honesty your dishonesty and how are you treating Ghana for obi anim say yewura John Dramani Mahama waba be vice president pen waba be ye president pen enti ko oba no oba be ye niema different asem bia opa yen kon one by one asem bia president kan opposition say oba o de reset agenda e ba be bia wa ye no west ba kukure ni wonu ma o kan opposition oba ya wa ya edi mpuntu obre wo man no ebi ni ho na identity ne to abama na disappoint yes so minim say Ghana for take kill no mo hu say Fourth Estate for no omo expose government am ye hu say NDC government led by Yewura John Dramani Mahama no omo nye honest omo ye nipa bi a wuji wo mu de enye yie enti mo man mo ntiase say you people has deceived Ghanaians eniema mo ye ni nyina no say mo benya mo hu say tam enti na mo ye enti na contract o say ye check contract say invitation card in your check contract omo kura de ye man invitation o kwa na ye de bia man free contract no nya call me ye this ni mo we future me ye t-shirt 3,000 brem wo consulency o say ampa ni am contract now the ko nti Ghana for hu say e ya de o mbeto abade ye ti o mo second topic now say then
Dafiam call for the interdiction of the Lands Ministry Director of Finance.
Yes.
No, the procurement officer at the Ministry.
I support.
Yes.
I support, and I think say the politicians always know. We've been accused wrongly. Say about corruption near there. Oh, body and no akobo politicians but civil servant no omo na make this state omo na wia wo man no may have been many opportunity no aye adwuma kakra e wo fisheries ministry and ma say aye adwuma kakra wo district municipal assembly into procurement enema ekoso nyina no am preview manya preview to encounter with some of the enema ekoso wo in fact politicians omo ho omobo yeah, mo ankasa. And you see, your foul say we a minister, deputy minister, and I say MMDC, your foul. That's it. Party for my own resuna. Party for ankasa, and my own yeduma. Course wa ubenya from superiors ho, and my own yeduma. Because in the term beyond one you're careful and crofono the idea before I secure unim. Because when you're ba, the information and I say documents in a bar. Omo timi yi mfimfini omo yi page no na page na esese call last e ma wo sign no na omo de sa page na ba beto second and answer third until we read the first page now read the second now we say bibia you okay because of one kasa no pressure was so office and then near my ekoso ntino un check ni nyina nsichire no assign ni nyina akusi until we be call last one na most important thing na wo ho no ma e ho na ese wo append your signature no wo no wo sign ya no omo ba no omo atu last one no omo the second one na omo say na honom na figure kese ye ne hye no omo de aba be hye kiri nti omo be compile
document ni be wie no obekọ na yesi deputy minister no ana minister no ene sign meaning say uhwe mu nyina ekosi ya sign now omo akotena se akote omo ye kaba na unim so omo civil servant for nit me ba wo minister ho eba ebedi omo build for project e wa assembly and ministry ebe ma records companies no records say we on fetisi ebe ma no wa ye adwuma we wa ha wa ntimi anwie na ho ode ese so ode ye adwuma we no wa ntimi anwie wo mo ye sa ni nyina no no mo wo one contractor eno no eye wo mo no project nti wo ye de kosoro ba fam sa nipa no ne benya contract no hey they are so wicked. Civil servants, especially the finance directors and procurement for them, may catch it all say they are the problem of this country. And you ma boni and koso e ministry ni nyina ye procurement directors, finance directors and yard. Omo me say na say ya omo say Randy Abe ni deputy finance CEO sawano. E ko sign say ono ankasa ne company wa award the contract ama no ho a omo supply sacks omo amaniska so ono fa nto koko no ono ani company wasa sign at the contract na mo ono ano ho. Then people were blaming Randy Abe, and the information that I got to say even Randy Abe betimi atena cocoa board honum for 4 years na check ba akokora no ohun yi on na be sign
88.3
ye wi ane dia so politicians and I support Dafiamapo say enye wono nko a me say me ma instance say Kolebu CEO early last year no omo so buy the same thing adini to me award contract over 4.6 million Ghana cedis ye busa ne sa da ya wo say na agent emergency na wo ye civil servant with your own authority no to me sign contract say emergency now who define emergency wo na say who define emergency kire. So I support the call for this man say ye be interdict no ye mfa ne mfa process num na wontu ahoka yenko auditor general report na wo call auditor general report na baby a politicians e situ omo a omo de pay vote no eno na da bia omo champion ba wo kom pa na civil servant ka omo ma ye bo no e more than politicians dey omo supervise but because of politics ye ba ye pe bibi ni ahwese na na dodanko administration no kra no contract ne say ne ko auditor general kra dey asem no wokafa na na dodanko akufu ado contract o ma ye ho eno na ye focus omo witness ye o se miniant anu o ka bibi say contract na ye mo dey amani nyina e technical people under the ministry and omo supervise yes sir na contract be na ye ma ye supervise wo Jubilee house ne minister office ye wo technical people competent omo no asua de omo field no omo na yes assessment ni nyina feasibility studies kire say roadway we na say come we na say ye yifrim omo na ye minister and enye president
enye nwanwa say obeka say okwa akoto car for example car in fact you're checking the current price in 2026 365,000 now auto the same car in 2024 now auto 800,000 car back
enti say in America chose procurement for no and some no be coming up with final procurement assessment now omo checks every car be an worth of omo be check and some no dey abamebo so se me no ti hakra ne ya ye ka say Suzuki na wo ka ho asem no wo dey wo same na apokra na enye more than 400,000 now at that time last year 2024 now this car never my 800,000 Ghana cedis how and then just a double of the price and then no na nipa wait ho yan kan ho asem o ye de beba be ye politics afei metie wan call bi on say no draw deputy minister na ba be wuram
no ka say deputy minister na sign contract no and no procurement officer no da was here the car ne ban according to no car no be do here on want to yen scanning nan pia nti ono ade ni powers and or the extend the contract no and the deputy minister sign contract bibia ba go back to the deputy minister but say ono no mpese Ghana no ye betu judgment debt nti ono ade ni tumi extend
na wo ye Ghana wo na wo so wo mpese Ghana betu judgment debt wo ye Ghana anya bia yetua judgment debt a wo sika na editua ana wo ne wo ye a wo de anya ho say tam no enya better kra say ke betua judgment debt just excuses frivolous excuses no omo make it dia to Ghana wo hwe omo anim kra no omo kasa wo be kasa sabi school kra omo ankobi so omo di boni ni wie ni eche wo omo no omo betra camera na anim no omo kasa omo anim no wo be kasa school kra omo ankobi eso omo ye dam na wo be kasa asem wodi me say you see your fan is what do opa yenya ya adwen say corruption ye fa auditor general report ni ya hwem from A to Z na ye nhwe say ye be go by auditor general report na ho no nko ano ni ye ntwe amanfo so na hwe say corruption na be koso bi enti I support the Dafiamapo ne call no say ye make sure say this person enye ono nko a obi a auditor general ede ne ho nsem aba bia na ekwaya ya fa so ya dupe this country no sankrofo ni nyina should become an account for almost worship
Roger
that's it.
Me so say what
Oh Mate, only me view and me stance on this issue. As a matter of fact, one boni bebre cause wa politicians set you who but any politicians technocrats. Yeah. Many Madame Fubi Edin Komo outside. No say in dealing with blacks no, as a legal person no. Anytime a letter be done in him and a document be done in him. All the pages still all the pages 1,000 copies the last word sentence no last bottom more he will sign every page. He will sign every page. Sure. Now all in pressure what minister see and a government appointees so now technocrat a prepare document signature no last page and now front page. Nobody have two any. Wow, kind who read first, and now maybe brief you because document need also.
Where the car badada.
Obaya, all the two what sign it? Okoya, we front page, last page, signature no. Or there are two new ones. So what signing with death warrants? It's a lot of people are being dragged and accused because of these petty mistakes. Anyway, I will not call it petty mistake because they did not take the pain to go through the document and make sure say almost signing every part of the minimum be out the document brand say only you pen or photocopies in chain or akola we inside or print copy obe print copy
me boss sure obe
print copy so that assembly bar the copy no ono so or the aba say all signing any copy now or signing any it no
how many ministers
this thing it no say nyama we won kohwe ngofo technocrats we billionaires putting politicians
setting new standards.
They are living well comfortable lives but politician opportunity e ko win meko okay tell ko win meko man opportunity eti hu fifie say
that's we there me ba to say ye can capacity one asem with regards to road enye minister na check companies no mo capacity ne ahode technocrat na check into document ye pie ye ya ye se for na che hoyi minister kro hu ye onim hu renjo
that is right
what is here
but you believe in the technocrats who are working for
that is the problem
intino say issue here the firm akposi I think say it is in the right direction. It should be interdicted special prosecutor and I say AG MPK case no up.
But unfortunately, your transfer no
but you have
elevating from procurement to the finance director. Lance.
Okra de any say chrono no de obebo no send your obo.
One really pronounce as in Crobeton.
Baby I want to read there. The baby I go do there on your question. Yam question no.
Because I'm looking at you see when I or 20 years bisana 7 to the extent say omo bisana say cars no one cars no omo hu
when to be kra nyi
scan so yetua
deputy minister ni yi ano
and you know the ye bisana say car no ba ko bo yan oso onim but the sum total of the contract was 4.8 million Ghana cedis
na car on to how many
6
Omisa
And
new
this
money.
is me yeah the total figure, you know. Not just a car.
Yeah,
In fact,
400,000.
my friend will be a car dealer or ton car near the other. And so he looked at the current price for me. The current price in 2026. Brand new tier rubber Obian Trim Ukraine Pida engine grants back to them 365,000 Ghana cedis.
Yeah, that's it. Agronegu. And you know, me say Ghana for he here overhauling. Technocrats no and a ball mine. And you know, me be say yeah find a little more
condition of service.
It's no one say won't say erade yanko for.
But you agree with me, say politicians muna mwaya mana ya bedroom pepper so.
Any politicians
because when it happens, mudi bo
Yes,
political.
Anti see I know you from political points let's see. Moon fan famra kwan so.
Eche wo mo.
You better say my body di. My body. Wo ngbo mi di. Yanchi omo. Omo ko dem. No more confiscating properties. Now next time no. Obi susu enfanye yi. Say yamfa obi an set example la. Ombeko so abo mine kro no.
Na adacho unim say so omo ko striker, chief directors ne sa directors no omo nko bi o.
Odebi omo
Da bia omo office ho. No omo de niam tutu yie. No omo de niam tutu yie. Omo nko strike. Na staffs ne wo ho no de yes wo aye be hu say wa ba dwuma mu bia no wo problem. Na directors ne de omo hye office. Me say wo de na me the information bi be blow. Na watiefo no omo be blow omo mind say sa niam we koso e wo Ghana ha no mu a obi a ono so wo pa dwuma ya ya ma na dwuma within 11 months na wono ankasa no wa award contract ama no ho contract na 3 e de ama wono ne company ono ne company
I was my FNC.